You were on a hunt for a display that would help you organize the meeting room booking chaos. But no cabling is available at your conference room. You have a glass or wood conference room presenter.
Influence the real audience to laugh. When you simply put a laugh track after every line, this fails the purpose of the laugh track. Hell, even the laugh track isn't really laughing, they just sound bored. It really points
普照大地。奉我为主，我将带给你们荣耀。
Out one of the main problems with these tween sitcoms. The people in these sitcoms don't act like, well, people. They act like hyperactive monkeys on LSD. Personally, I'd give Henry Danger a skip. And for number 6, Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket. My thoughts exactly. Blah! This is one of those fine shows from the color palette known as Vomit. I get that they were trying to be original with this animation style, but this show really does make me feel queasy just watching the intro. Pig Boat is essentially just 20 minutes of incoherent, nonsensical madness. They tend to do a bit more risque, crude humor in this one, with things like vomiting up internal organs and amputating arms. So my best guess is that they were trying to be the next Ren and Stimpy, but sadly, it backfired terribly on them. Ugh, I can't even analyze this show when it looks so ugly. I actually think Problem Solvers was more pleasant to look at than this. At least it only made me feel like having a seizure. This one actually makes me feel like losing my lunch.
Chet, it looks like the mega bubble is starting to drip.
See, when I see that, I don't see a mega bubble. I see a dripping pile of crap hanging over your city. Now I see a tsunami of crap flooding your city. Good God! Who saw this animation and said, oh yeah, making a show that looks like a combination of urine, defecations, and vomit will clearly bring in the viewers? When this show first debuted, it started with a 1.2 rating and has not risen since its original air. A 1.2 rating. Hell, Barney the Dinosaur got a 3.5. Your ass is being kicked by Barney the Dinosaur, guys. Yet the brilliant executives decided it would be a smart idea to greenlight this show for a second season. Are they trying to sabotage their own network? They might as well have just spat directly in the viewer's face and saved time. I'm sure there's originality in these ideas, but personally, I just couldn't get past the hideous animation. This show is little more than an ugly Ren and Stimpy experiment that went horribly wrong. Definitely don't watch it, and if you do, don't watch it on a full stomach. And for number 5, Awesomeness TV. Their slogan being, it has to be awesome, otherwise clearly it wouldn't be on TV. That sounds far more like what the cameraman was telling himself when he watched these poor teen actors dance around like idiots. Just remember, Todd, you're doing this for your wife.
My name is Lauren, and, it's a good fact. Oh, I have one. You're watching Awesomeness TV.
Wait. Go back a sec.
I have one. You're watching...
What was that? That was the worst edit I have ever seen. But honestly, I'm actually more curious about what her censored out fact was than watching these young ladies boogie like they're about to collapse drunk at a disco.
I have one.
My career is going down the toilet. We start with what is perhaps the dumbest opening line I have heard in Well, admittedly, the past 5 minutes. But it's still stupid.
My boyfriend's the best because he buys me chocolates every single day.
No way, my boyfriend's
Oh boy. Surely women don't actually talk like this, do they?
没有什么能阻止我们抵达目的地。
不怕神对着一尽可能标记脸的残垣，这里我们可以看到紫色藏得很远，面前却对青色，很有可能是一道内鬼。眼前的蓝色虽然我极力狡辩，没办法，还是被投了出去。我只想说，
还有王法。
漂亮的飞船，真是晚餐的好地方。
是破黑丝，不穿鞋，破黑丝，再加一个巴雷特，完美，2300金星买了，舒服，看着又养眼。OK， 里头新的角色，咱们机感大哥，等我们为热火一色。
Wix is your platform to perform on.
Level up your gaming space with metal posters from Displate.
Oh! I love that thumbnail.
Your Oracle now?
Oh, confess thing.
Woi Min, sebenarnya apa nama dari 5 peran super sus yang rahasia atau tersembunyi ini?
Oke, jadi peran yang ini namanya adalah Prophet cuy, dan dia ini bisa melihat impostor di mode ini kecuali impostor yang ini. Dan role yang kedua yang mirip si Prophet ini namanya adalah Kultis.
别急着报告，他还有救。
听说这儿的管道很结实。 We will not fear the puny imposter.
All right, agree with client and start time tracking.
Yeah. All right.
sorcery consume you.
It is like the two sides of this coin, for I shall determine which side is up.
Every day, Kyle's world grows smaller. When Kyle's friends play outside, he does chores.
Well, that's where you're wrong. I don't want to stay inside this crap hole any longer than I have to.
Don't worry there. I'm sure you'll escape eventually. Yeah, just sticky with it.
Honestly, dude, who forgets how to whistle?
I know, right? This totally blows.
No, it's somehow even more annoying than actual whistling.
Huh, I get the feeling you want me to leave.
You think?
Okie dokie, best friend. Well, I guess I'll make a casual stroll to check the mail. Let's see what we got here. Junk mail. Junk mail. Whoa! I might have won $1 million. Ooh! Here's something from a fan.
What happened to the mystery orange button that used to be on end cards and sent you to a random AO episode?
The mystery orange button. Now that's a blast from the past. I'm pretty sure I got it somewhere around here. Let's see. Oh, sure enough.
Hey, how dare you blow those cobwebs away? I worked really hard on those.
I wasn't blowing. I just forgot how to whistle.
Wait, what?
Man, this brings back some memories. I wonder if it still works. Wow! Sure enough, it sent me back to the Apple Salute beginning.
Dude, what are you talking about? Also, why is your voice so different?
This is no time to be an apple, okay? Now listen, I've traveled here from the future.
Yeah, right. Prove it.
I forgot how to whistle. See?
What? How does that prove you're from the future?
Oh, well, I forgot that too. Well, just listen to me, okay? There's something I need to tell you right now. I just have to. I have to.
Okay, yeesh. Go ahead and tell me.
No, have to.
Huh? Ah!
Ugh. Millions of people really watch this guy die? I don't really get the appeal. Wow. Huh? Uh-oh.
Hello, Orange.
Jigsaw? How shocking! Whoa! Got it tickled.
Let's just play a game already.
Okay, Can we play Pokemon Go?
Pokemon what?
Oh, right. Forgot you guys don't have Pokemon Go in 2010. Well, how about Fortnite? Oh, no, that doesn't work either. Do you have chess in 2010?
You're really asking me whether we have chess, one of the oldest games known to man, in the year 2010?
I knew it was a long shot. Does 2010 have Monopoly?
Yes.
Pinochle?
Yes.
Spoons?
Yes. These are all extremely old, extremely famous games. It's not like we're cavemen here. We have spoons in 2010, okay?
Okay, how about knives, though? Poor guy, he never saw that one coming. Wow! Which episode is this, I wonder? Seems like a pretty nondescript, forgettable... Oh my gosh, it's Fish Bar... Must be back in the year 2015.
What are you talking about, dude? It's not 2015.
It isn't? You mean this isn't still a dream?
Nope.
And I'm back in the present day?
Of course. Welcome back to the present day, Orange. The year 1996.
We will not fear the puny imposter.
Actually isn't that bad. It's actually pretty bad.
100 annoying orange mystery buttons. Ow! But only one lets pair escape. Begin!
What? Wait! I didn't agree to this! Stop it! Stop it! I can't hear myself think! Oh, that's it. You're getting pushed first. Whoa! Did I push the button that lets me escape?
No, you pressed the button that wins you $1,000.
Woohoo!
In pennies.
Ow! Oh! Ow! Hey! Ow! This challenge makes no sense!
Really? Looks to me like it makes a lot of sense.
Uh-oh. Well, that doesn't sound good.
That's because it isn't good. It's goo!
What the?
Don't worry there. I'm sure you'll escape eventually. Yeah, just sticking with it.
Oh, this is so gross! Gah!
I just polished my digging scoop. Isn't that right, Scoopy? And it was looking so shiny, I just had to do a little digging.
A little digging?
Okay.
We will not fear the puny imposter.
The Pittsburgh Bridge is out. The children rely on that bridge to get across the...
Where's the fun in playing fair?
Imposter? The loader is offense to my palate.
Hi, I got something and
粉丝要我来一句噬魂怪，就安排用的那个噬魂，不是叫噬魂。
出仓本城出电利剑的刀。
大奖，我他妈怎么？
但我不是教大家开
劈腿
刀，单说
有恃无恐。
好了，
单说
有恃无恐。
好了，
判断可能。
怎么
本来我就市长 A 呀，今天说的还不好。最典型的就是换掉。没看出队友的水平，我还不敢立正，免得我洗干净。
Excuse me, I have a ship to fix.
OK， 游戏胜利。一期噬魂怪讲解下标配技巧，而它的核心就是有恃无恐。粉丝要我来一句噬魂怪，就按使用玩噬魂怪加开
鸡腿。
这我没记错的话，就黄色跟这个绿色在左右相好。
本城出电利剑的刀。
大奖，我他妈怎么刀的？我操！你。
一局5代怪盗有多舒服
啊，对不对？怪盗反黄色，
我这4个板行了。
优先兄弟们，
好了，
算了，我跟恶魔同归于尽。
就是
分。来听听3代怪盗的发言。
啊，这边远程会议岳家已经列出来了，子清2个团员。
有种预言叫我被换了。
这就很简单了是吧？红是第一轮跟我在一起，什么身份先放一边。中指好人，赢是有提前，哪怕他被招募了，也是出白的局，对不对？中士是不是这个道理？
行，出白。
真的有人被招募了呀！
谁会成为最后一个倒霉蛋？
我还有体检哦，反正恶魔老大已经没了。
做个体检把红色越了，拿下 MVP， 哈哈哈！
哎，只是你想干嘛？想清楚点。
我招架！我操！紫色！
这边我换了银色是武士，棕色单面。
妈的，你就不用换其他局身份明显的，非得换我身份不明显的人。
有一说一这局怪盗立功了有没有？洗牌洗得这么干净。
我在想你为什么不换我身上的？
我让你换，我操！太酷了！一局5代怪盗有多舒服
？OK 啊，又是3金猎人开满了一天打卡。完了。
没错，16红刀的我。
所以现在把选择权交给信全。
这个人卡我 JD， 我是已经好了，我再去找你的，直接报告了。
被无情的拆穿了。
要不你们听刀吧，反正只要我不死，你们爱干嘛干嘛。
决胜负。
我操！你跑得这么快，我操！
我是一匹好鞋。哎呀，忘记啦，这个嘚瑟没跟上，我的骄傲是退步啊，兄弟们。
Flip Slide! Master the moves to connect the blocks. Flip, slide, and match. Out now from Moose Games.
I mean, maybe the buck-toothed lady who lives in a trailer down the road named Bertha talks like this, but I don't think the majority of teen girls talk like this.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were back.
She's got chocolate on her face, therefore this is worth...
Let's land now!
Got it!
Each different country. So let's start, guys. Let's start with one of the funniest parts of the animation, and I'm referring to the opening song. In all 8 versions, this song is performed by a girl, but in the German version, the voice stands out even more because the voice is made by an adult man and not a girl. This is very interesting. It sounds quite strange because most of us expect a girl to sing it, but just listen for yourselves, guys. For a few moments, we see the same exact thing, that a man is singing instead of a girl. And honestly, I'm not a big fan of this version. I like the English version more. Now let's move to talk about the Ukrainian version. And in this version, too many effects are applied to Bubble's voice, which makes it sound quite strange if you actually listen to it. This is mainly because it goes outside of the original script, and anything that goes outside of the original script is doomed to fail. Look for yourselves, guys. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I find these things pretty remarkable. It seems like a broken robot, to be honest. Another quite interesting detail has to do with bad words and rude sounds. We might think that all of these words would be completely censored, but this is not the case in the Russian version, because this is where we can hear most of the words much more clearly. Some are almost unmuted, so even a child from that country could easily understand them. But the Ukrainian and German versions did a great job at this, and they silenced these bad words. But in the Ukrainian and German versions did a great job at this, and they silenced these bad words. But the Ukrainian and German versions did a great job at this, and they silenced these bad words. But in the version in German, the characters usually use harsher language in their dialogues, and it seems that they insult each other.
Wix is your platform to perform on.
More frequently in other versions. But what the German version does is make references to the German culture. Like, for example, in this scene when Pomni does a joke about Mr. Clean. And then in another scene, Jax refers to Kinger as E1. And for those who don't know what this refers to, it refers to a specific place on the chessboard, right where the king's piece is placed. There is even a scene in which the king says that Jax is a cheap copy of Bugs Bunny. You can see it, it's really fun, right? Here we see that the German version was one that had many more references than the previous versions like Spanish and English. But now let's talk about the name of the main character in other versions. His name is Pomni. However, in Russian, the word Pomni means to remember.
Помнить.
So in the Russian version, when people refer to pomni in the Russian adaptation, they're basically saying when people refer to pomni in the Russian adaptation, so in Russian, the word pomni means to remember.
Помнить.
So in the Russian version, the word pomni means to remember.
Помнить.
So in the Russian version, when people refer to pomni in the Russian adaptation, they're basically saying remember all the time. And there is a strange difference that I'm not really sure about why it's in the scene. I really don't know if this is an adult joke in the Spanish version or in the German version. But what I'm sure of is that
You know you don't like it if you won't try it.
It is a little difficult to explain due to translation difficulties, but in this adaptation, it says something like the little hole in zoo. Maybe that doesn't mean much to us, but to a Ukrainian, this sounds like a joke about something that if you're really smart about, you will understand instantly very well. And it's very out of tone. So this joke does not exist in the German or Russian version. It only exists in the Ukrainian version. So what is so special about this Ukrainian translation? What do you think, guys? Since it's a joke, then it's also found in our English version. Now, let's talk about a very important detail. Within the program, we are introduced to several characters. Within them, we have the friendly Zubul. But I'm sure you had to realize something because in most versions, it is a woman who is in charge to do the voice of Zubul. But in the English version, they refer to the character as him, making our brains confused. And now, we don't know if the character is a female or a man. Well, in fact, he doesn't have a shape, and if we search about Zubul's biography, we will find that Zubul's gender is totally unknown. So actually, Zubul can be whatever he wants in his life because no one knows what he is. Or she's probably a character whose gender is neither human nor animal. Now, the most interesting part about all of this is that in the Russian adaptation, Zubul is portrayed as a female character. The characters refer to Zubul with the pronouns and words that indicate that she's a she instead of being another completely different character that is not human nor animal.
Discover a place where you will treasure every moment.
There. Sure.
Tonight because it's at its closest orbit point to Earth. This is called a supermoon. Very well, setting course for the moon. To the moon.
Happy birthday to... Oh no, my king. Super pets. Super wings.
It's Bo! Hi, Bo! How's everything on Mars?
I
Hi, Super Wings. Bo was celebrating when his birthday cake got ruined.
I'm sorry to hear that, Bo, but we can make you a new one. Any order, any size, will fly, even through space.
And I'll add a special decoration just for you.
Thanks, and see you soon.
Awesome. Mars is the fourth planet from the sun in our solar system, and it's right next to Earth. Also, the sunsets on Mars are blue. How cool is that?
Super cool! Powering up package printer!
One birthday cake coming up.
Package done!
Loading up.
With this special delivery, saving Bo's birthday will be a piece of cake.
For such a fun, far-off mission, I think you might want some company. Let's see who it should be. Who's a star on any planet? Superwing Astra. She's the perfect pal for today's mission. Take your position, Jet. Welcome, Super Wings.
Here's your package.
Oh, a stubborn one, eh?
Ahoy folks, Tris here with a quick little impressions, review, whatever you want to call it, casual thoughts, let's say, video on the Indigo Disc DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. A little bit earlier, I rolled credits, I've done a little bit of extras, so I've put my time in with the game, and obviously I'll still be playing a bit more with friends and all, but I figured I'd sit down, kind of like Jake did with the first DLC, and kind of get into my thoughts on it, how I'm feeling about it, something more casual, you know, like a fun little conversation with me and you, so to say. A bit different than usual, I'm not gonna go extensively here, I'll have some random gameplay footage, but there won't be any spoilers in this video. I won't have any visual spoilers, I won't have any conversations about spoilers on story stuff. Pokemon, I am going to talk about announced Pokemon and, I mean, something else I've already done a guide for. If spoilers are a concern for you.
Good old Cartoon Network has given us some timeless cartoons over the last couple of decades. But they've also had their share of truly bad shows. Often, Cartoon Network frantically hid away these vile experiments gone wrong. desperately attempting to draw all our attention away from them. Some of these shows are painfully pandering, incredibly boring, or just plain ugly. So, we're gonna check them out today. So let's take a look at the top 10 worst Cartoon Network shows of all time. As always, if you do like these shows, that's great. It's nice that you can enjoy something that I just can't. And in the end, it's just my silly personal opinion. With that said, on to the countdown. Number 10. Uncle Grandpa. This cartoon seems to make its way into a lot of worst lists, and I can definitely see why, but I discovered it has a huge cult following, so it must have something that I'm not seeing. The entire show is like seeing Rebecca Sugar's hyperactive psychotic brother on LSD. In case you don't know the stellar plot to this show, what essentially happens in each episode is Uncle Grandpa goes around to children's houses every day to check up on them. He carries a fanny pack that talks to children and lives in his van. Am I the only one finding this concept really creepy?
I'm your Uncle Grandpa. He's not just your Uncle Grandpa. He's everyone in the world's Uncle and Grandpa. And when he comes to visit, it's sure to be a time you'll never forget.
It doesn't help that he already looks like he just escaped from the loony bin. Uncle Grandpa himself is not a pleasant character to watch. He's intensely aggravating, and I think the only way I could laugh at him was if he was run over by a steamroller. They even did a crossover with Steven Universe at one point, as though mixing gold with sewage would make it slightly more tolerable. But Uncle Grandpa is so bad that it managed to make Steven Universe actually bad. This is the only Steven Universe episode I have not watched. I watched it for 1 minute and closed it, removing it from my library and never looking at it again. This cartoon is so astonishingly awful that it can manage to soil the record of one of my favorite cartoons of all time. Clearly though, I'm in the minority, as this sewage pipe of a show has leaked out 4 more seasons. To be honest, this show is very high on the list because, as surreal and bad as it is, I like the good messages behind each episode. Personally, I don't recommend this show.
How is this even possible?
Don't worry, bro. None of this is canon. But this is...
And for number 9, Super Noobs. Fortunately, this show was cancelled after 13 episodes. And you wonder why? Even the name of this show sounds like it's trying to appeal to the younger generations. And the title of each show is a clever play on the word noob. Except it's not clever. Who keeps greenlighting these pandering heaps of bile? And don't forget, they've got battle balls to fight alien ninjas. Yeah. The word newbie had a kind of charm to it when I first heard it being tossed around in MMORPGs 13 years ago. It has now become a word that makes me want to pull my hair out in fury because of shows like this.
It's a play on words.
These kids are painfully overdone stereotypes. You've got the jock, the nerd, the cool kid. It's just one big stereotype parade. Admittedly, this one is pretty high on the list because the animation is actually okay. Its CG isn't too lazy and it's pleasant enough to look at. But mostly, it's a bland, tasteless cement mix of stereotypes, desperately trying to appeal to the young teen demographic. Number 8. Problem Solvers. The first thing you may notice about Problem Solvers is that its animation is incredibly ugly to look at, to the point where I lost my appetite just by watching the first episode. The only real plus I can give this cartoon is that its voice acting isn't absolutely terrible. I mean, sure, it's not good, but it's passable by 1980s anime dub standard. Our 3 main people? They might be aliens, I can't quite tell. Go around solving surreal problems, like a roller coaster that drives people forward in time. I admit that concept is kind of creative, but good God, how can I care when the show is so ugly? We have some sort of monster, a guy that looks like a fish-human hybrid, and by far the ugliest animation of a human I have ever seen.
I took my elementary school class in the weird amusement park. They all went on the roller coaster and came back like this.
all like 100.
Were they on it 93 years?
No!
Something about those faces is just not right. I mean, look at this hideous thing. I can't even concentrate on what they're saying because I'm so revolted at the horrendous animation. Problem Solvers is just a mess. It's tedious, it's ugly, I definitely skip over it. Number 7. Johnny Test. Originally, this was going on my worst cartoons list, because this show really annoys me. I mean, it is definitely the most forgettable, teen-pandering garbage we've ever been given on Cartoon Network.
Don't worry, Psycho Sisters. With my new ninja prowess, there's no way Bling Bling Boy can stop me.
And at this point, that's against some stiff competition. Everything about the annoying main character looks like it's ticking some executive's box for appealing to the young crowd. Fiery hair, turbocharged backpack, a talking dog, sticking it to those stupid parental authority figures. A messy room. Yes, I hear those kids have messy rooms nowadays. That pretentious, self-entitled, overprivileged, smug, incredibly annoying smile. I just want to smack this kid, and he hasn't even said anything yet. Did anyone else notice that the main theme is a blatant ripoff of Green Day's American Idiot?
Head of fiery hair and a turbocharged backpack. The junior sisters use him like a lab rat.
Except much less pleasant to listen to, they could not even come up with their own original jingle. Even the title of the show sounds like a rip-off of Cartoon Network's Johnny Quest. Johnny himself, the main character, is an obnoxious, overprivileged, self-absorbed show-off. Because, you know, that's relatable and charming.
Behind! Power Pods go!
And there's now over 91 episodes of this show. So clearly they're appealing to under 7-year-olds? Maybe they're fascinated by the bright colors. I just don't see how else this mindless, pandering junk could stay on the air so long. I recommend you keep yourself, and especially any younger viewers, far away from this show. It's formulaic, it's dull, it's obnoxious, and it's just meant to bring the young hip crowd with no innovation whatsoever. Number 6. Secret Mountains Fort Awesome. At least they're trying to do something original in this ugly crash site of a cartoon. You remember that rancid load of bile that was Uncle Grandpa? Well, its highly acclaimed creator made this as his original creation because, for some reason, an executive decided this show needed to be aired. If there's any hope for humanity, that executive is now fired. What I didn't realize that was Uncle Grandpa was actually an improvement over this ugly tragedy of animation. If you managed to make a cartoon, which I was kidding, and a green thing covered in festering acne, and a half-naked purple thing in its underwear. The voice acting in this one is abysmal, and it made me question my grip on my sanity.
Impressive! If I do say so myself.
I think the cartoon is meant to be about these 5 monsters trying to live in the human world? The first episode mainly revolves around the toilet and pizza.
But.
You get it? Because he is a butt, and he said but. Now he's confused.
Switch to Vodafone.
Add cognac and vomit.
Be a bad time for the broadband to go down. Don't worry, you're on full fibre, the UK's most reliable broadband technology. You did switch to Vodafone, right? Switch to Vodafone. Save up to £168 broadband plans.
Sonic 2 Community's cut is pretty rad, and at the time of posting it, was all I and HeyJoeWei knew about regarding modern support for Sonic 2. However, this passing Sunday he told me about a newer project I just found out about, which is a decompilation of the original 2013 mobile ports for both Sonic 1 and 2. That's right, you're not just getting Sonic 2 in widescreen, Sonic 1 has joined the party. These projects usually take some time between reveal and release, so when should you expect to be able to play these? Well, right now actually. Yes, to the surprise of many, this thing is available right now to play. All you need to do is get your legally obtained copies of the Sonic 1 or 2 APKs respectively, then extract the data.rsdk file from the assets folder. APKs can be opened with 7-zip, and I actually didn't know this until recently, so yeah, it's super easy. Don't need access to your phone necessarily. Plop that file in a folder with the decompilation exe and you're good to go. I'll just start my recording now. Can you believe last time people were trying to tell me I wasn't recording in 60 FPS? It's like they don't know what they're talking about. Oh. On first impression, it's obvious that this isn't a one-to-one of the mobile ports quite yet, particularly in presentation. It's still bare bones, but all the options you need to play the game are intact. One thing you can't do here is check the leaderboards or play 2 players yet. I'm not here today to review these 2013 mobile ports, rather take a look at their current presentation on PC. I played through both Sonic 1 and 2, both with Tails by my side. This was a really good experience, though it's not quite perfect.
好戏要开场了。
Then you put it in this. Then if you want it to look like this. Hold on.
All right, agree with client and start time tracking. Great. So for Q4, I was thinking.
What are you doing?
Oh,
In the 90s, we used to never see women shown in construction. This reminds kids that anyone, regardless of gender, can work in the construction industry. So props for that, but by Jeebus, that face is ugly. Number 6. Rugrats, the 2021 remake. Recently, the original 3 Rugrats creators came back with the original Rugrats voice actors. Everyone joined forces to help create a full CG reboot of Rugrats. Personally, I wanted this remake to be a new interpretation of a classic show with some modern changes. Like the parents were now millennial parents instead of Generation X parents, and the kids were now Generation Alphas in a new technologically advanced world. How cool does that sound in concept? And technically, yeah, we got that. But goodness gracious, it is ugly. What is with all these
We will not fear the puny imposters.
They just look like butts. In this case, it might be because originally Rugrats had a unique, but admittedly kind of ugly animation style. Trying to recreate that unique style in CG is a valiant effort, but I'm not sure that Rugrats can look good in CG. Look at Tommy's original potato head. It's a miracle that Rugrats look good ever. Anyway, the reboot was not well received on arrival. Fans in particular were just outraged. But let's start by hearing from user reviews. Spoiler, fans almost unanimously panned this reboot. Let's start by seeing what the top reviewer Messi said.
This is so sad to see remade. Grandpa sounds like he's 25.
I don't know about 25. He sounds a bit younger. What did Thunder King think?
Who asked for this? This was an absolute disgrace. Another classic memory ruined with this hash.
What's hash? Some people were left feeling less outraged and more just meh, such as Rockwards.
It's very dull. The animation is too clunky. The dialogue is nothing like the original, and it's just not in tune with the original. But if it's for the kiddos, then I get it.
Well, yeah, it's primarily not for us adults, but that doesn't mean the parents shouldn't be able to enjoy it too. That being said, the Vances watched it with their kids, and they weren't exactly riveted to the screen.
The kids lost interest really quick.
But almost without exception, reviewers complained about the animation, and old fans really didn't like that the adult voices had changed. Personally, the adult voices didn't bother me that much. It's been a long time. As long as they do a good job of portraying the characters, I'm fine with it. Interestingly, even though the show was panned by the majority of fans, most of the critics were okay with it. Professional critics like Kristen felt it kept the spirit of the original show quite well.
Once the initial shock of the oversaturated, glossy animation wears off, Rugrats is charming enough to invite in a new generation of fans.
So reviews were split, but what did I think? Well, I really like that they brought the original voice actors to the kids and the original creators. I think that was really important. And it shocks me that even 20 plus years since the original, these voice actors still capture those young voices so well. But the big problem? The show does not start on a good foot. And I think this may have been part of what caused that massive hate from viewers. Much of the first episode is that notorious animation in white lights. Well, lots of colourful visuals and movements are happening on screen to occupy small kids. But nothing is being said or done that actually means anything. We start with a prolonged, boring car chase with a ugly clay dinosaur, followed by
let the sorcery consume you.
Playing with and eating mud. And I say mud because that's what they say it is. But when your CG looks this ugly, it looks like Phil and Will are playing with... Yeah, why would you start your reboot on characters playing with literal crap? And then Chucky gets scared because he thinks he eats a word. Hint, in the original series, we didn't miss the gross out parts. People miss the way the kids would create their own imaginary world, all from their unique interpretations of the adult world. Fortunately, I did find episode 2 onwards a lot more fun, such as where Susie is interpreting pictures of a book in order to cure Chucky of turning into a worm, or where Angelica puts Grandpa on a telephone dating app called Silver Bee, which is a scene right up there with the original show in China. Had me laugh. Personally, I'm split, because episode 2 onwards, I often found this interesting. I enjoyed some of the changes they made to the adults. I think characters like Grandpa actually got a lot more depth here. Like, instead of being the silent generation, Grandpa's now a baby boomer generation. Now he's a sort of Bob Ross type aging villain. It's a shame he also looks like his eyeball stuck in his glasses. Ugh. And I love he's doing yoga, but he looks so uncanny when he does it. Oh. And the now millennial parents, Stu and Drew, had some interesting scenes too. Anyway, viewers were just very mixed on this Rugrats reboot. Many viewers just hated it. The critics were more forgiving for its positive traits.
Excuse me,
no one
I have a ship to fix.
The show's been renewed for a third season, so I don't think it's about, but it's definitely been a divisive reboot. And reluctantly, for number 5, Caillou's New Adventures. Why? Why is it returned? I still remember the elation of that running the original title was cancelled and buried forever.
Kids love the program, but parents seem to be happy this show is ending. On social media, parents complain Caillou is, quote, a whiny brat.
That perhaps parental disgust of the show and its bad influence had finally made the producers say, hey, we just made a cartoon about a sociopathic bald child maniac. What the hell is wrong with us? But then Caillou came back again in 2016, and again in 2021, because apparently the world just wasn't miserable enough as is. And clearly what we were missing is just more Caillou in our lives. The only joy this horrid Canadian lunatic gives me is the sheer amount of creativity he has inspired on GoAnimate. Anyway, my endless trepidation aside, how is the 2016 show? Well, personally, I actually think it's more tolerable than the original show. Caillou's voice no longer makes me want to be violently ill.
The lava's getting higher.
In fact, he kind of sounds like Tails to me.
If Eggman needs to stay, he can stay. Who knows? He might not be so bad after all. All you have to do is kick your legs really fast.
Turns out Caillou's new voice is also the voice of Lily from Pokemon. Huh.
I'm feeling more and more certain that we're getting a lot closer to Father.
Anyway, I reluctantly
reluctantly watch Caillou bake a cake, build a snowman, go to a toy store, slide a sled, and he was perfectly tolerable. He was tolerable to me, but not so much to others. This fella's reputation has not cleared. He is still a hated young man. So let's see why this new Caillou series gets 3.5 out of 10 stars on IMDb. Emphasis says,
This is worse than the original. The theme song is worse and the animation is bad. I don't like it.
I thought it looked better than the original, but that's not really saying much. What do I kind of dreamy, white background?
Exactly as prophesied.
What did Eric say?
Crappy animation, and that bald, spoiled brat is back. At least the original had some charm. Story has lazy writing. Thanks for reading.
What freaking charm? I thought the original Caillou was way more whiny and annoying.
What about me, Mommy? What can I be?
Actually, I can proudly state the new episodes taught me how to balance a fidget spinner on one hand. Like, I'm not recommending 2016 Caillou, but it's not as abysmal as the original show. Fun fact, my mum's an early learning teacher, and her main complaint with the original Caillou is it taught children to speak in this whiny tone. So she had to reteach children to talk without using that ear-piercing drivel.
My will shall be your command.
你听过恶魔的低语吗？
What the different clubs are used for is actually essential for the game. That is if you want any kind of good score. I wouldn't say Awesome Golf is complex, but elaborate and detailed. Had fun with this one. Baseball Heroes. This is the only game that I couldn't get to work on any Lynx emulator, no matter what I tried. So here I'm using a video by World of Longplay. Baseball Heroes is a Lynx exclusive, with some pretty nice animations. You can adjust the batter's position, and Lynx exclusive, with some pretty nice animation. World of Long work on any Lynx emulator, no matter what I tried. So here I'm using a video by World of Longplay. Baseball Heroes is a Lynx exclusive, with some pretty nice animations. You can adjust the batter's position and direction of the pitch.